Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, and welcome to a very excited about this AI workshop. One of my favorite topics, and in my opinion, is going to be one of the best topics, is how to prepare for your interview using AI. And there's so many cool things. I mean, I remember, Sam, you and I were talking about that a few months back, where you yourself, right, being a recruiter, how individuals are using AI to actually help them practice their interview, which is really cool. I mean, see, if you don't have like a human to help practice, well, you got the AI to do all that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be really exciting. Again, everybody, we got Sam Velu here. He has over 30 years experience in recruiting. And in my opinion, when it comes to Sam, he definitely is an amazing recruiter. And how I can kind of add to that is me coming from the HR world, and that is my experience, human resources. I have worked with recruiters. I have been a recruiter. And one thing that's always turned me off about recruiters is yes, they will meet with you, but if it's something in it for them. And so really that's why you tend to reach out to recruiters. They might ghost you. They don't respond. They don't want to take the time to work with you like Sam does. Sam will take the time to work with you, meet with you one on one, do things that I have not ever seen other recruiters do. Okay, successful recruiters. So really, this is your opportunity to take advantage of Sam's time, right? Soak up these AI workshops, join them anytime. We're going to be having some office hours where you can bother Sam at any time. But then Sam also does one-on-ones. So if you're somebody that is a current participant of the jobs project, that is available to you, and all of this is for free. You're not having to pay anything. All free for anybody that is living with narcolepsy, IH, and including their caregivers. My own wife met with Sam. She lost her job. And guess what? She met with Sam, and now she got her dream job at a hospital. They are amazing. I was actually shocked. My wife actually got a thank you card from her boss in the mail for her amazing work. So, Sam, again, we thank you for all that you've been doing, including we also have some other participants that have landed jobs because they have met with you personally, just revamping their resumes, their cover letters, and whatnot. So with that said, all right, Sam, I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm really excited about today's presentation, so go for it.
Thank you, Alejandro. Appreciate it. And like I said, please take advantage of me. Um, um, I want to help you get, especially already the job market is a little tough. So, and you're going through the conditions that you're going through, whatever way, shape, or form, PWN for PWN can help. And in that, I'm a small part of whatever help I can do, especially if you're in the jobs project. Today is an exciting topic. We are talking about how to use AI to help you prepare for the interviews. This is the area that I think a lot of people spend time on sending the resume, which they should, but they don't spend enough time on preparing for the interview. Because one of my pet peeves that I tell candidates is when I call them, they're not ready. They are flustered. They don't know, oh, yeah, yeah, and they don't know what is on the resume. So when you send a resume, find a way to organize because you don't know who's going to call you, and take every call like it is your next interview, and they're just calling you and take that interview, even if you're not. If you decide not to answer the call, it's a different thing. But when you pick up the call, show your enthusiasm, show your passion, and take that call, like hoping that it's a next interview call for you, or it could be an interview call that somebody wants to do with you. This workshop is specifically built for you, your energy patterns, your pace, your story. We are going to use AI tools to make job searching smarter, not harder. One of the things I tell people is if you don't have a friend and you don't want to bother them, you want to do. you can use the AI. My new girlfriend this week is Perplexity. It's another LLM. Last couple of months it was Claude, and before that it was ChatGPT. Gemini is in and out. I come and do what I need to do in Gemini because my office uses Gemini. Um, the job market right now, the landscape has shifted dramatically. Um, even in the last 3 months, the job market has shifted dramatically. Uh, what do I mean by that? Uh, Before people were just hiring, but now they want to hire people. So there is a big debate whether they're letting the junior level people go because they can do their work with AI. But I have a very different belief. You don't have a feeder system when you do that, and in next 3 years you're going to struggle. These are numbers that are some industry standards that I pulled from. Robert Half says 38% US workers are job searching. More people are actively looking than any point since the pandemic, right? And 90% of the employers are using AI to filter in some shape or form. So 9 out of 10 employees now use AI-powered tools to screen resumes before a human sees them. So we covered how do you um, do your resume where it can pass the ATS and the human. We have done that. We have done how to decipher your job description. Now comes the interview part. Growth in AI role searches indeed says that it has grown 11 times more. So with effect to 2026, demonstrating AI skills improves callback rates and can offset age and education disadvantages in hiring. And this is specifically true for people who are suffering from narcolepsy and IH because you can use AI as your assistant who can do or help you even come close or better than what you're trying to do with anything that you're doing. Alejandro, if there is any calls, any things coming from people, please let me know and I will answer those questions. This workshop was built for your brain, narcolepsy and idiopathic. Don't pause for job searches. Traditional advice, practice 3 hours a day, grind every night simply doesn't work for people with narcolepsy and IH. Everything in today's workshop is designed around the energy. Some people are more enthusiastic and more energetic in the morning. Some might have afternoon, some might have the evenings. Whatever your energy patterns are, just follow it according to what we are suggesting for you to do. And it's all in short burst, flexible pacing, and tools that do the heavy lifting when you need them to. You don't have to hustle anyone. You have to just be very strategic in what tools you're using and how you're using them to prepare for your interview and research the companies and research the places that you want to do. You already have what they are looking for. Today is about surfacing what those things are for you. What we're covering today, 6 focused area, each one practical, each one doable on an energy day. Energy smart prep, tiered strategies for high, medium, and low energy days. All of us go through, even normal people go through that. I'm a morning person. I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm really enthusiastic and energetic till about, I mean, I get a lot of my work done before 9 a.m. hits. Because after 9 a.m. I get disturbed by people, calls, firefighting, those type of things. Mock interview practice with AI. I'll show you some tools that are available, or even if you have. One of the things that I tell people is do not subscribe. You don't need the $20 subscription. If you have that extra $20, you can buy 4 coffees that you want to. And we'll go through free tool summary. One of the concepts I wanted to introduce for this community is the DIRE versus STAR framework. Alejandro, are you familiar with the STAR framework?
I am not. I'm eager to learn.
Okay. Very good. But I want people to start doing the DIRE framework, which is decisions, insights, actions, and results. So you're starting from the outcome and not doing the other way. So we'll get to that star versus dire. Company research. I can tell you I don't use my marketing department anymore. I do all my research by myself between the 4 LLM tools that I use on a constant basis. Your 7-day action plan, what you need to do. Prep doesn't have to be all or nothing. Match your efforts to your capacity. Every tier moves you forward. High energy day, full mock interview, do 20 to 30 minutes. And if you're a morning person, afternoon person, evening, where you know that your energy levels are very high, do the complete mock interview during that time. Record yourself with Udly, research one target company, draft 2 dire stories. This is your power window. Use it completely. You use that 30 minutes, 40 minutes where you know that you have the highest energy and do the whole 9 yards at that time. If you feel that you're not completely up to it, answer one practice question with ChatGPT or Claude, skim one company about page and LinkedIn, review a saved dire story, 15 minutes max. And if you don't have energy, read one job description, save one interesting company to your list. Rest is preparation too. Protecting your energy is strategy, not avoidance. And sometimes we run after, oh my God, I didn't get this done. I didn't get this done. I'm falling behind. Sometimes that rest is. Here is the difference between dire versus star. Alejandro, STAR stands for situation, task, action, and results. And dire stands for dilemma, insight, or decisions, insight, action, and results. Opens with context and your assigned task in the star, but in dire, a genuine tension or hard choice you faced. Why did you use this? Why did you decide that you want to come to this job? So you're going to explain why you came and what excites you to take this interview, rather than give a context and your assigned task. Oh, I'm here to do the interview. This is what I do. This is how it is. Hey, I'm excited to be at this interview because I genuinely believe that this is a great company for me to work for. These are the things, and that's why I decided that I will attend this interview. Insight, none jump straight to action, right? In the STAR methodology. There's a task, but what is your unique read on the situation? The aha moment is what I tell people. Why did you decide that this is the right job for you? And what caught your eye? And what is it? Positions you as a competent task completer if you're in the STAR methodology. But if you're in the DIE methodology, now because a lot of the tasks can be completed by AI, when you do the dire, you're going to be talking a little bit more strategic in how you're going to use those tools to get the mundane tasks done completely, and then you're taking decisions based on how you're solving these things strategically. So you're more of a thinker and a problem solver. The STAR methodology is best for entry level or straightforward questions. But if you are vying for leadership, ambiguity, and senior level roles, you should use the DIRE methodology. Both are good. I'm not saying one is better over the other. But if you're a leader, if you are going for, or if you don't know what the job description is all about, or senior level positions, always the DIRE methodology works better. Memorability, common interviews hear it constantly, right? You memorize it and this is very distinctive. You are pattern breaking the methodology what 99.9% of the people are going to be doing. So if you follow the diet methodology, you will be maybe 1 or 2 people who probably attended my seminar or a few other people's that they'll be using the diet methodology. So it is more like a storytelling, why you made the decision, what are the insights, why did you choose this over the other, those type of things. How to build a dire story or a star story that you want use cases. We will run through some of these things. We will do some live sessions here. Dilemma or decisions. Name a real tension, two valid options, a constraint or a competing priorities. We had to choose between speed and quality with no extra time. Which one would you choose? And why did you choose those? And your unique interpretation, what did you see that others might have missed? This is where your intellectual fingerprint comes in. I realized the real bottleneck wasn't time, it was unclear ownership. That's when you understand that it was not your this one, but it was action, what you specifically did, not we, right? Own your contribution clearly and concisely. Results, quantify where you can, and if numbers aren't available, describe the tangible change. Reduce network by 40% in the following sprint. Use AI to workshop your dilemma and insight steps. And the dilemma can be decisions also. Those are the hardest to articulate and where Claude or ChatGPT adds to the most value, right? So we can do one of those sessions right after this and see. Alejandro, I've interviewed few of those. I've included few of the prompts in the presentation, and you can use it for your own situation. I'm preparing for a job interview. I want to use the DIRE framework. Inside here's a work situation I experienced. Describe your situation in 3 to 5 sentences. Help me identify the core dilemmas, surface a clear, specific insights that I can own, tighten my action statements, make the results more concrete. Keep the tone conversational, not corporate. Run this prompt once, then ask the AI to make the insight sharper or suggest a stronger opening line. Iteration, it is where magic happens and it costs nothing. And this is the beauty about it. I pay $20 for each of the 4 LLMs, but I easily get about minimum $1,000 from each work done. Few months ago, I put into my LLM statement from a medical, and it saved me $1,200. Any questions? Anything that has come up?
No, keep going.
Mock interview practice. This is where a lot of people struggle with. And when you do a mock interview, if you have the high energy, do the complete mock interview, stay there for 30 minutes and complete it like you're at a real interview. You can use Google's interview warm-up, speak your answers back to you as a text, highlight filler words, like basically categorizes your response by the job field, no sign-in required. So there is a tool available for free from Google. It's called Google Interview Warm-Up, or you can sign up for Udemy. AI speech coach tracks spacing, filler words, eye contact, if camera on, answer length. Free tier includes several sessions per month, private and secure, right? You don't need to pay for it. The free tier includes a lot of those things. Demo questions, we will practice. Tell me about a time you had to make a decision with incomplete information and try answering the DIRE format. What good AI feedback sounds like. After a mock answers, ask your AI tool or paste your transcript into Claude and use this debrief prompt. So you can record yourself on that mock interview and get a transcript of it, and then use that transcript and paste the transcript into the LLM. Here's my answers to the interview questions. Paste my answers were this. Please evaluate, did I clearly state a dilemma? Is my insight specific to me, or could anyone say it? Was my action statement first person or concrete? Is the results measurable or tangible? What is the single most important thing to improve? Again, you can customize it to your own things in your own words. I just gave this as a starting point that you can use it as an example. Pro tip, ask AI to give feedback as a skeptical hiring manager who has heard 200 answers to these questions today. The framing produces sharper, more useful. So by just adding that, you want AI to give you feedback as a skeptical hiring manager or a skeptical HR person or a skeptical recruiter. Each of them have a different role to play in your job search cycle. So depending on that, just ask them to do those things. This is where I think people miss the boat a little bit. They don't do enough research. And with the new LLMs, the research should be so much more easier and so much more better and very clear in terms of what you need to do. You don't need to read every press release. Here's the 20-minute protocol that covers what actually comes up in interviews. Minute 1 to 5, mission and recent news. Read the about page, Google company name, news from 2025 to 2026. Note one recent initiative or challenge. Minute 6 to 10, reread the job description slowly, look up the potential manager on LinkedIn, note their background and shared context, and even paste their LinkedIn. And if you can find their disk profile, you can add that disk profile and it will give you much better results. Minutes 11 to 15, you can use Perplexity is what I like for research. I use Perplexity for research. Ask Perplexity, what are the company's biggest challenges and opportunities in 2026? This give you a cited current intel very quickly. And minutes 16 to 20, your questions. Prepare 2 smart questions to ask. At the end of every interview, I ask the candidate any questions. And 9 out of 10 times I hear no questions. Or the questions are, do you have, how many days are your vacation? Or what is your work-life balance? All good questions to ask, but those are not the questions that will stimulate the manager because you do not know the manager's style. He might like people who, some managers might like asking the work-life balance. Some managers will hate it for it. I know somebody who like, oh, they need to be 9 to 6. They don't care whether you did the work at from 4 a.m. till 10 a.m., but they want you to in front of the desk from 9 to 6. And if you have that manager and you ask that question, he or she will absolutely reject you on that one answer basis. So that's why you got to hedge your bet with because you do not know who that manager is. Right? Prepare 2 smart questions, one about the team's current priorities, one what success looks like in 90 days. Write them down. And when you prepare for the interview, I also tell you to do a 30, 60, 90-day plan that you can unveil to the hiring manager. Hey, this is what I'm thinking from what you just told me. This is where I think I can help in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and I can adjust my 30, 60, 90 depending on what I learn as I come into the organization. And that shows that you're prepared more than the other people. Nobody will think about a 30, 60, 90-day plan when they go for an interview. Perplexity for interview research is one of the best tools available. Unlike ChatGPT, it puts live web data. That is the big difference between Perplexity and ChatGPT. It is pulling the live data and giving you what is happening there right now, making it ideal for current company intelligence. Research prompts that work. What are the company's top strategies? Here are some of the prompts. I won't read it through. What do you do with that intel? This is the other part. I still face when I prepare a candidate for an interview, which I did this afternoon. And after the interview, I make an assessment whether this candidate is really interested. How will he do on the interview? What are some of the challenges that he will be having? And then I send him a document at the end of the day from the things that I saw in the interview. If he or she spends that time, I'm positive he will do the interview much better than if he didn't just, I know this. I'll tell you a simple thing. Most of the interviews today are through the web. And somebody told me this, and Alejandro, tell me if it makes a difference on my lighting.
Yes.
Somebody told me I look very dark because I didn't have the light. I had some light in the front. I have lights all over, but it was really mind-boggling when he told me that. And then when I did it, it made a huge difference, right? Sometimes we don't know. We look at it and we don't know what it is. If you wear a bright red shirt, what will happen on an interview? Your shirt is beautiful. It's nice cotton red shirt, but the red color goes in the background. As I tell people, don't blur your background for an interview just because of one thing. I want them to see your natural environment. The reason is twofold. There are a lot of candidates who are using cheating tools. And right now, a lot of companies look at that and say, okay, maybe he's cheating. That's why he's not coming up. He's blurring his background. Because I do not know, when you see the blur background, what happens, Alejandro, when you blur it, when you move, the whole picture frame moves. The free AI toolkit that I tell most of the people to do is Claude, Anthropic, which is from Anthropic, Google Interview Warm-Up, zero sign-in needed, speak your answers. And this is the other technique. I'm not sure how many of you use the voice in every one of these things to talk to them instead of typing. And people with narcolepsy shouldn't be typing at all because that will drain your energy. You should always be using the voice chat in all the format. If you want to spend money, this is the one tool I would tell people to spend money on. It's called Whisper Flow. WISPRFLOW is the tool. And that tool, you can use it everywhere and anywhere on your Apple device, on your iPod, on your Android, Samsung notebook, on your desktop, on your phone, everywhere. And as the name suggests, whisper flow. Sometimes if you're in a restaurant, you can whisper into it and it will still understand and it will take the answers and, hey, can you tell me where this restaurant is? And you might, all right, oh, can you give me my directions? You open the Google Maps and then you tell it, and it will open the Google Map and give you the directions to that place. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Udly are 5 tools that I tell people to use for interviews. Ethical boundaries for AI in interview, and this is becoming a big topic day by day. In fact, I had an argument with somebody this morning saying, you telling me to use AI, but you're telling me I shouldn't use it to reformat my whole resume. I said, I have prompts in my interview toolkit that I will put the resume in. I don't open the resume, I just put the resume in. And I ask LLM to say, if this resume was AI written, it will tell me this was completely AI written, or it says AI was used to polish this resume. That one I'm okay with. But if somebody rewrote the whole resume according to the job description, and it is funny to watch it, you'll be able to see that it will say that AI, the word stacking was so much that it was not able, it is completely AI written. Goal is to surface your authentic strength more clearly, not to replace them. Interviewers are skilled at detecting inauthenticity. This is the part that this is something that you cannot, you have to coach and make sure that you are not coming across. I won't name a name, but I have somebody in my circle, not one, about 3 people now. They bother me every day, 5 times. After a point, I don't want to take their calls. Alejandro said that I return calls. Yes. But I don't want to tell you the same thing, that I don't have anything. If something comes up, I will call you. I will make sure you're on top of my mind. I absolutely remember you. And then I said, I'll introduce to my friends. And then I introduced some people to my friends. And each one of them knew one of the 2 people that I introduced. They all called me back and said, Sam, if you couldn't help them, we cannot help them because you have a lot of patience, we don't. And one of them told me that he found her a job, but she didn't take it. And she didn't take it because she was fighting for some not that important thing at that point. And the person who he replaced her with is in this job still today, and this person has been looking for jobs at two different places for the last 3, 4 months. So yes, use AI to surface your strengths and use it to make sure that you're using AI to do it, but don't be too pestering because people will not appreciate it. Pre-interview checklist, logistics, confirm interview time and zone, test your audio, video 30 minutes before, charge all devices the night before, prepare your space. Nobody sends these things to candidates the previous day. I send it to them, I prep them a day before, I do all these things. Content readiness review up to top 3 dear stories loud. Confirm company name, role title, and interviewer name. Reread your 2 prepared questions. Have a printed or visible copy of your resume. Prepare your tell me about yourself under 2 minutes. Text a support person your interview time. Right? Small things which make huge difference. Managing energy on interview date. This is important for people with narcolepsy and IH or anybody in general, but especially for narcolepsy and IH people. The interview itself is only part of the challenge. Managing your energy to arrive at the conversation as your best self is equally critical. Like I said, when you get onto an interview, even if you have, Alejandro asked me a question this morning when we joined. How are you? I said, great. My daughter calls me just to check on, she just says, how are you, Dad? Because my answer always is marvelous. I never ever say, not good, this one. I always say, so I have people who call me just to hear my word, marvelous. How are you doing? Great, marvelous is what I answer. Because my wife and kids don't listen to my complaint. Who are you to listen to my complaint? Right? Have a nice night's sleep, buffer before and after, schedule strategically, notes are allowed. And when you're writing notes or when you're referring to notes, just let that interviewer know, because in today's day and time, a lot of people are using cheating tools like Parakeet.ai, Clululi, Final Round Interview.ai, because those are tools um, that are that are out in the market today to help job seekers to. If you're rejected after the job, post-rejection debrief forms, I've given you a few here. And your 7-day action is, and if you need help, please call me anytime, and I'll be able to help you with anything that you need to do. Here is a plan that I gave you, but you can prepare your own plan. Right? That is what to remember about AI in your search. AI amplifies your story. It doesn't replace you. Consistency always beats intensity, right? 90% filter is beatable. Your 90% of employees use AI to screen, but AI optimized resumes and diet structured answers are exactly how you get through that filter and into a human conversation. And the more we try to become human, the more success you will be having. You already have what they're looking for, living with narcolepsy or IH, and still showing up for work, for interviews, for this workshop takes a kind of resilience that most candidates will never be able to articulate. You have navigated complexity, managed ambiguity, solved problems that most people don't even know exist. And that is what I've learned from this community with my association with narcolepsy and IH and PWN4PWN for the past year and a half, 2 years. That's exactly what employers call leadership potential. The goal was never to compete harder, it was to compete smarter. And now you have the tools to do that exactly. Like, you stay connected, you can reach out to me anytime. Usually, if I'm not traveling, I'm on the East Coast. After 5 p.m. is the time that I've allocated for pro bono work that I do. Take the 7-day plan, screenshot slide 18, start tomorrow. One action that is still, and all it takes to begin, right? You don't have to do all of it today. You can pick one, start with it, and every day spend 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on what you want to do. And if you know someone, please share with them and please share with anybody else how you can. And here is what we are going to do. We are going to run a live session. That's my next meeting on June 13th. That topic is what has changed in AI in the last 90 days. Alejandro, do you have anybody's resume, or you want me to pick one generic one and run through the sample here?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go ahead and pick one.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Mm, I should have one resume at least. And in Claude, you can build up to 5 projects on the free version. When you run this in your thing, you may not get exactly what I'm going to get because I have a skill that I've already taught it. Whenever I forgot that I taught that skill, and without me referencing it, it went back and pulled that skill and said, hey, you told me what I should be doing. I'm going to use that, and it's using that. Um, how do I get around it? I will see what I can do. But this is how you run it, and yeah, mine will give you a much better output. It gives you the whole package, which I really didn't need, but that's okay. Any questions that popped up, Alejandro? Anything that you have? Your experience?
Yeah. Actually, I got some questions that came in. So first one would be is how can AI help me identify strengths I don't recognize myself?
I will, I will park it for now, and I will answer that question after I do this one.
Perfect.
And what is the next one?
What's the difference between sounding prepared and sounding rehearsed?
Very good.
And this is a good one. I mean, this one, this one will be asked a lot. How do I answer an interview question when I've been unemployed for a long time? That's a great question. I've been there myself. And also to piggyback on that would be another question that kind of comes up around that is how do I answer interview questions when I have gone from job to job in short periods of time? Now, let's see, you've answered the question about are recruiters actually okay with candidates using AI to prepare, which you are, yeah, you've answered that. This is a good one too. What are the biggest signs an interviewer can tell when someone's relied too heavily on AI?
Oh, great question.
Right? And I know we always get this question, Sam, and again, and we will always answer this. Should I disclose my disability, meaning narcolepsy, IH, during the interview process? And then also, what if my experience doesn't perfectly match the job description? And then the last question is how can I turn life challenges into strengths without sounding negative?
Okay, you gave me enough homework here. 7
Yep.
questions. I will now go to my perplexity because I can't answer all of it here.
That's okay.
And I will show it live how I would answer this question. I will answer it, but I will also teach you how to. So the first question you asked me, prepared versus rehearsed. What are some ways that hiring managers or recruiters know that preparation versus rehearsed? Before I even hit it there, for me it is very simple. When you're prepared, you know you are not reading it like you're reading from a script. It comes naturally. You have tied your past employer, past experiences into it, and you are very natural in the way that you're going to be. If you're rehearsed and if the interviewer asks one question, you get derailed. When you're prepared, you don't get derailed, and you have to maintain your calm. The main difference shows up in how candidates listen, adapt, and handle follow-ups. Genuine preparation creates flexible, specific answers, while rehearsed answers sound canned, rigid, and brittle under probing. That's what I said. Right. Let me go back to Claude to see if it's prepared. No, it is not. Wow, that's the next question. How do I answer when I have been unemployed? Alejandro, what happened here is my Claude, I've been using it a lot from morning. So it said my tokens are over. Here is, you can acknowledge the gap briefly, connect to it to health in a professional way without oversharing, and then quickly pivot to how you are now stable, capable, and ready to work. I always tell people things that you're uncomfortable, answer truthfully, very short, but you have to be prepared to answer that question, right? And then tell them, hey, and the same answer goes to your condition. I wouldn't use that condition, but if for some reason those condition came up, turn your weakness into your strength. And we have done that in the first couple of sessions, and you'll be able to see that, hey, I'm not narcolepsy IH person. How do I use my weakness as my strength? By just reframing the way that you answer that question. Hey, I can get the work done 98% of the time. I'm not somebody who needs to be managed. I manage my own time. But at the end of the day, I will make sure that the tasks are completed and it's on your desk by tomorrow, because that is what I have done throughout my life. Even when there are challenges, when my low energy day is in the morning, I try to break my day into low energy, medium energy, high energy time. And that's what everybody, Zen time versus the other things. Wow. My what's the other question? How do I answer? And if you have done any volunteer work, you should include the volunteer work. Job hopper. And when you have this in your resume, this is where you have to prepare a little bit more than the other person because you don't want to sound canned. You want to make sure that you are. So what to avoid long medical details, sounding apologetic, stay matter of fact, forward looking. If you're taking care of the elder, if you had genuine reasons where the job ended for whatever reasons, you make sure you tell that, but you explain it. Hey, all these were short-term assignments if it was, and find the happy medium to answer some of those questions. Oh, this is still building. Oh, the interviewer can tell whether the answers are AI prepared. If you don't, any answer that AI gives you, you need to make it your own story. Doesn't matter. The same thing when I tell about the resume. When you send a resume, once you hit that send button, you own it. AI doesn't own it anymore. You have to make sure that you are communicating in such a way that it is genuine and it looks like you are answering that question. Should I disclose my I already answered the question. What was the last life challenges to? I
Yeah, so
couldn't
it's
write.
how can I turn life challenges into strengths without sounding negative?
That is a great question. And I reframe my life challenges as my strength, especially for narcolepsy and IH folks. Below is a simple way to do that. With language, you can lift for candidates. Name the challenge without making it your identity. Keep the condition factual and brief, then move fast to what you did about it. I've been living with a chronic sleep disorder, narcolepsy, which affects how my energy shows up during the day. So I have to be very intentional about how I structure my work and life. You're not asking for pity, you're setting up the strength story. Extract 3 to 4 genuine strengths from that experience. And what are the strengths that you guys have? Alejandro, what are some of the things that you can think about?
Yeah. I mean, actually, just kind of this really touches me because and it kind of goes to when you're interviewing, right? I mean, I really like the examples you say because you're saying, here's this condition I have, but this is what I do to be my best self, like just my A game, right? And so those are those things, like you're saying, like this is what I do to manage my schedule. Between 6 a.m. and noon, that's like my prime time. That's when I'm just going. I can do a lot of analytical work, those kinds of things. Now, one thing, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, is when we go into, interviewing for a job, it's an emotional experience. You want to be able to land the job. But I do caution people that is when you're going into the interview, just like the hiring manager, or the recruiter, they're learning about you. And they are also picking up any red flags that you are showing. Well, it also goes for them. So you're also interviewing them. Okay. And if you, with those examples Sam just gave you, if that hiring manager kind of, what should I say, or interviewer doesn't receive that well in a positive way, that is a red flag because
Absolutely.
you have just offered them your A game. This is what I can do. You're not putting up any challenge. You're telling them, you're not saying anything, I can't do this, but what you're saying is I can do this, and this is how I structure my life to get my goals accomplished. And if they can't receive that in a positive way, that is your red flag to walk away from that job. It is not worth getting hired into that job because you are going to struggle with getting accommodations because they are not going to have that compassion for you.
This is the example I always tell people. If you wear the red glasses and if you can see very clearly the hiring manager is wearing that glass and didn't give you that respect, you are going to struggle in that job because he's always going to be looking at you with that colored glasses on all the time. Right?
Exactly. You would,
And it's
yep,
not going to be productive for him or for you.
yep.
Right? The strengths that you have is adaptability and problem solving, constantly adjusting schedules, tools, and routines that a lot of people cannot. You juggle through that very well, right? Self management and planning, you can wing it. So you build your strong systems around your weaknesses that you have built. And that is what you're going to be selling to the employer. You're not selling your condition, you're selling what are you done, how to self-manage. You don't need to be managed by anybody. You can plan very well. You know some of the tools that you need to use to be productive. Resilience and persistence. You keep going through fatigue and frustrations, right? How many people do you know do that? Even regular people, they can do it. You have empathy and communication. You learn to explain your needs and collaborate on solutions. And that I think is a bigger strength than anything else that you would have, and that will be useful in the new AI world, in my opinion. That will play a big part. Right? Use a tight challenge, action, strength, business value script. And that's the framework that I would be using. Here is okay. Here it gave me a complete analysis here. I'm not sure if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, can see it.
Here's a full job search assessment, pro bono coaching, MS Computer Science, graduate. ATS score is 55, readability and scannability is 60, role positioning clarity is only 40, quantified achievements is 35, format and pricing safety was 70, overall resume score is 52 out of 100. You need to have at least 10, 75 out of 100 for the ATS to pass through. What is working? Strong educational pedigree, technical breadth is real, published research, ACM, Toastmasters, critical gaps. So it gave me the whole strength with that one prompt. And it reformatted the resume and it gave me what I need to do. And here, boom. This is
Wow.
the this is the document I send people when I prepare for them. I know once I interview them, I put whatever I thought about the candidate, what the weaknesses were, what the strengths were, and I even attach the LLM notes that I've taken, the transcript, dump it in, and it will give me a thorough preparation for the interview so that you can ace the interview. My job is not to get you an interview. My job is to make sure that you get the job.
Yeah. And this is amazing, Sam. I mean, again, I'm thinking back to when I was in the job market, and I mean, AI just wasn't at that level yet where I could have just put my resume in and it gave me this feedback, right? I actually had to go hire and pay money, right, for somebody to write my resume and cover letter, but that was it. And this is what I just love about having you, in our community, Sam, where not only are you helping individuals help them rewrite their resume and cover letters, but you're also willing to meet with them one-on-one, coach them, and it is your mission to help them get that job. um,
Absolutely.
and they're not having to pay for it in our community, right? Our sponsors, like Avadale, Takeda, they help pay for this. They help pay for Sam to be here to provide these services for you for free. So please take advantage of this. I mean, I'm looking at this, Sam, and I am. I'm just like, wow, I could have saved me like $500, had I had this available to me at the time, and now it
And
is.
$500 is cheap.
It
And
is. It was. I went with the cheapest plan.
correct, correct. I'm saying that is the cheap plan. Usually I've heard people pay anywhere from 750 to 3,000.
Yeah, yes. And when I was shopping around, I was seeing that, right? And no, I mean, really, this is amazing. Like I know right now we have an individual that just started the JOBS project as a participant. She's going to be taking some classes in Udemy. She has a resume that, needs to be revamped. And this is going to be great for her where she can actually put it in there and it provides all that feedback. Plus, she gets the benefit of getting to meet with you.
Yeah, if she
And
can just send me her resume, job description, what she's applying for, what she likes to do, and if I can have a quick 10-minute conversation, if she can meet with me, just each and record it, send it to me, I'll put it
absolutely
in, and then she will get a whole package about 7 pages worth for her to start doing it and get more productive within 15 minutes after I send her that information.
great. No, this is great. I highly encourage people to take advantage of this. Even if you don't even know the job, if you're just getting your feet wet, right? You don't have something in mind yet, but you're wanting to get there. Sam is here to help you with that also. So don't just think about it that you have to have a job in mind or anything like that. Don't think of it like that. Yes, if you do, Sam's going to help you. But if you don't, Sam still will help you. I mean, that is what we're here for. Or if you're looking to get some training on something, you want to learn something new, or you want to get more advanced in something that you already have learned, that is what we have Udemy for. You have access to over 25,000 courses. Udemy also just acquired another e-learning company. So that means we're going to get more. And again, this is available to you for free.
Got it, sir.
Takeda, again, Avidil, they pay for that license for you to take advantage of. And that is what we're here for. We'll meet with you one-on-one. We will coach you. Sam will be here to walk you through the whole process. So yeah, that is awesome. I'm so excited, Sam. This was really, really a great workshop. I'm just loving the fact what I just saw with what Claude just returned. That is amazing.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
Alejandro.
thank you, sir. Thank you
And
so
please
much.
reach out to me anytime you have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam. All right, everyone. Well, hey, it was a great workshop. Have a great day. Thank you again,
Thank,
Sam.
thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye.